Best original screenplay. So here one interesting thing I have to talk about this, about the screenplay, is that Barbie is now in best adapted screenplay, which is totally insulting. It's ludicrous. It's disgusting. Like any negative adjective you can add, like for this particular thing that the Academy has done. This has not happened at the WGA, the Writers Guild Awards. This has not happened at the BAFTAs. This has not happened at any other award show. But for some reason, the Academy decided Barbie, okay, it's best adapted. It's totally adapted from something. From where? No idea. And Maestro is totally original screenplay. Like a movie on Leonard Bernstein, a particular person, probably a lot of books written about that particular person. Sure, he did not adapt it. If not books, then a lot of bios. You can find a lot of material online. You can find, I'm sure there would be some short story about Leonard Bernstein written by some particular guy out there. There has to be. But correctly, Maestro is best original screenplay. I'm not debating that Maestro should be best adapted. It should be an original because it is taking something from a person's life, but there has not been a particular book about him, and he has not adapted his story from that particular book. He has written a totally original story, not crediting that particular book. So that's the reason Maestro is totally fine to be in best original screenplay. Again, in that similar way, Barbie also has to be here in this category. The fact that Barbie is not clearly shows that the Academy has lost its mind here. Like, I usually don't say this, but that's just true here. So again, with Barbie going to the best adapted category, that category has become very stacked. But let's first talk about best original screenplay. So in this category, I actually have Anatomy of a Fall as my number one, followed by The Holdovers, then Maestro, then Past Lives, and then May December. So I think it's going to be a very, very close race between Anatomy of a Fall and The Holdovers. Like, this is one of those categories that I'm really unsure about. I think The Holdovers could win as much as Anatomy of a Fall. If I had to personally give it, I would say Anatomy of a Fall, and that's why I have given it the edge in actually who will win as well. But it could definitely be my personal bias. Like, The Holdovers is also a terrific movie, and it's one of those movies that has gained so much steam that it could potentially be the threat to Oppenheimer in many categories. It could pull off a big upset, I'm telling you. Like, I don't want it to happen because Oppenheimer is my number one movie, but The Holdovers can definitely take at least one big award, and I don't want that. But again, it could start with best original screenplay. If The Holdovers wins best original screenplay, there could be a big shock for best picture. Like, it could happen. I'm not saying it will happen. It's not predicted, but this is the category that starts it all. If The Holdovers manages to win this, then anything could happen at the biggest award, the best picture. So, but yeah, currently I have Anatomy of a Fall winning it. It should win. I think it will win. But again, The Holdovers, it's just right there. It's just there. And then in best adapted screenplay, like I discussed, here Barbie is there, but I have Oppenheimer winning it over Killers of the Flower Moon and the others. I think that this is a pretty done deal. I think Oppenheimer wins this particular award. I don't think Killers of the Flower Moon has any steam. Barbie is going to get nominated, and the nomination is the win here. American Fiction is my number five. I think it gets nominated and it deserves it, but I don't think I don't see it as a threat.